Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast Battle Report. Today we have a competitive 1850 point game with Eldar, Seer Council and Jet Bikes versus Dark Eldar, Coven and Eldar. So we've got 1850 point lists. We're playing Crusade, ITC Mission 6, Dawn of War deployment. These two are the objective 2s. That's objective 1. Objective 1 is back there by the Warp Hunter, and we will get started right away. Okay, so welcome to another battle report. So, 2017. I hope you're having a fantastic year, and with the LVO coming up quick, we have an 1850 point ITC tournament game. So we've got Warp Hunter, 7 Warlocks, 2 Farseers, Baharoth. We've got Fortune, Invis, which are the 2 important powers. Guide, Prescience. So, pretty beefy Seer Council. We've got a Shooty Wraith Knight. We've got 5 units of Scat Bikes in reserve. And, of course, the be-all, end-all Warp Spiders. So 2 units of 5 bare bones. In the Dark Eldar army, you don't see me deploying much because I am playing a reserve denial style army. So I have a Scalpel Squadron coming down turn 1. The rest of my army is coming in from reserve. So it's 6 Cabalite Warrior units. I do have a Wraith Knight. I have an Autarch. I have 2 units of Jet Bikes, 2 outflanking Hornets, and even a Razor Wing. So I have made Tim go first. Tactically, we'll talk about that in the tactical corner as the overall strategy of the game. And make sure you stay tuned as we move on to Eldar Turn 1. No roll to seize. Nothing like that. Have a good game, sir.
You as well.
And let's get this bloodbath going. Okay, and in epic Turn 1 fashion, we're doing Turn 1 for both Eldar and Dark Eldar. So, turn 1 for the Eldar, they rolled their missions. They had Secure Objective 2 over here and Secure Objective 1. So he's going to go for his Objective 1 back here. We had the Seer Council beef themselves up. Big guy moved and ran. Warp Hunter stayed back. The Warp Spider just came in here to try and bait me across this wall here. So in my turn 1, I deep struck the Scalpel Squadron here. They turbo boosted behind the line of sight blocking terrain, and this guy has moved up within 2 inches of that objective. And then I have taken Secure Objective 2 and have 3 of my units partially within my deployment zone. So we've got turn 2 coming and 5 units of Scat Bikes that don't want to arrive yet. And they all arrive.
Look at that.
They really, really want to show up. Okay, so 5 units of Scat Bikes versus nothing. Okay, well, they're going to shoot probably at the Wraith Knight. Let's see what happens this turn. Seer Council Eldar, turn 2, saw the Warp Spiders forget to move towards the Wraith Knight, so they've decided to just jump back and prevent the Wraith Knight from charging. Shooting from the Wraith cannons on the other Wraith Knight and some scatter lasers took 3 wounds off my Wraith Knight, and then some scatter lasers got through, knocked that venom down back there for first blood from these scatter bikes here. All in all, kill an enemy unit was achieved by the Eldar this turn, and they have to stop me from having a unit within 12 inches of their deployment zone. So, moving on to Dark Eldar, turn 2. Okay, so let's see what we have for missions. We have kill an enemy unit. I have a unit within your enemy's deployment zone. So I'm going to go for kill an enemy unit and then have a unit in the enemy's deployment zone as well. Okay, so now I have my reserves to arrive. So I have 3 Cabalite Warrior units in Venoms. One of them shows up. I've got 3 Cabalite Warrior units in Raiders.
Wow.
None of them show up.
Wow.
I have a Lamian in a raider.
Wow.
Nope, doesn't show up
I
either.
think those are loaded.
Even if it's plus one or minus one, thanks to my autark. I got the mandrakes. Are they going to come on? Yes, they do with the autark. A unit of scat bikes arrives. A unit of regular bikes. I'm going to keep them off the board. And then I have 2 hornets to come in as well. They arrive, and I have my Razorwing to come in, and it arrives as well. Wow, what an interesting reserve roll. Even with the reserve manipulation, let's see how I will be able to fare this turn. Okay, Dark Eldar turn 2. So we had scat bikes come in with the mandrakes, and they've kind of run into this ruin here. I put 1 hull point on the Warp Hunter. The Razorwing jumped on, blasted these unit jet bikes, killing 1 unit and killing the 1 model from the other with all the missiles, but they did not run off the board. Other shooting saw nothing happen to them. I was unable to charge the Warp Spiders. I needed a 10-inch charge with my Wraith Knight, and he did not reach. These did not suffer any damage from Venom Fire. They suffered 1 casualty from Venom Fire from the Venoms back here, but they did not run away. And then both Hornets targeted this unit of jet bikes that were in the ruins, and they are dead. So now we're moving on to Eldar turn 3, and he has gotten 1 more of his Maelstroms, which was kill an enemy unit last turn. He does have first blood as well, so he's looking at 3 Maelstroms so far, 1 tertiary point.
And I get 1 for 3 wounds off him.
No, that's only if you pick kill a unit.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to the next turn. Eldar turn 3, and things did not go as planned. So he got secure objective 2 and secure objective 1, so any 2 and any 1. So he's put a bunch of units within that, this guy here, and of course his number 1 behind there with some jet bikes. Shooting. Saw 1 jet bike die here, and they ran off the board. 1 mandrake die from some warp blasts. In shooting, he did 1 wound on my Wraith Knight. Failed to shriek because I denied, and then 2 units of Warp Spiders firing into the Wraith Knight only did 1 wound. So my Wraith Knight got off scot-free, while the big Wraith Knight on that side failed to hit with his Wraith Cannons, which was very important. 1 of my Hornets has died, 1 is completely fine. And now we're moving on to turn 3 for the Dark Eldar. I do get 2 Maelstrom points this turn. He's within 12 inches of the enemy deployment zone, and I did kill an enemy unit, which puts me ahead in the Maelstrom department by 1 point, which is a good thing. So we're looking at 4-3. Now, let's see what... let's see if my reserve rolls decide to be a little bit kinder to me this round. So I do have 2 more Venoms with Cablite Warriors in them. Both of them decide to arrive. I have 3 Raiders with Cablite Warriors in them. And I'm going to add +1 my autark, so they all arrive. I have my Lamian cocked. She decides to arrive as well. And I have a small unit of jet bikes that arrives as well. And what?
Oh, did you?
No, that's it. All the Raiders are in. Okay, and now my Maelstroms, which are... Oh, reroll that one. Reroll it again. Okay, so secure any 2, kill a unit, and have 3 units in my deployment zone and none in the enemy. I'm going to decide to kill a unit and try and secure objective 2. Okay, moving on to the next turn. Okay, so Dark Eldar turn 3. Moved all my reserves in. I boosted this raider up here, the flank. I did use these jet bikes, sacrificed them to deny objective 1. I also sacrificed my Lamian's raider to deny objective 2. My Wraith Knight took another wound against Overwatch, but eliminated an entire unit of Warp Spiders, while this unit of Rax failed a 4-inch charge against those and lost 2 to Overwatch. I did kill both units of jet bikes that were back here, and I was unable to put any wounds on the Wraith Knight with lots of blasters and poison shooting. So I have been able to deny the Eldar their Maelstrom objectives, and they have decided to go for... Their Maelstroms are either secure objective 1, kill unit or kill a unit.
I'll kill 2 units.
Okay, so he's going to kill a unit and kill a unit. Moving on to turn 4. Eldar, turn 4. The Eldar turn was a gambit. Kill 3 enemy units, but he killed like 5 of them. So, so he got 3 points for Maelstrom, and I do get secure objective 2, so I have 6, but he will have 6 next turn because he killed a bunch of stuff. Back here, I lost my jet bikes. I did lose a raider and the Cabalite warriors inside. This venom is jinking. I lost another venom, and these Cabalite warriors killed 2 warp spiders in combat. This venom is fine. These guys are fine. The Seer Council has killed that raider. The Lamian has gotten out. Other than that, we have a lot of damage going on this game. So let's see what happens as we move on to turn 4. And the Maelstroms for the Dark Eldar are secure any objective 1, secure any objective 2, and kill an enemy unit. So I'm going to try and kill an enemy unit, and I'm going to try and secure any objective 2 right now. Actually, no, I'm going to secure objective 1. Where are the ones? There's one there, and there's one back there.
Put them square on it, like I said, then you should be able to get them.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try and secure objective 1 as well. Okay, perfect. We'll be back after this. Okay, so on to end of turn 4. So both rack units charged into the last warp spider unit, killed the unit, safeguarding the Cabalite warriors. The Lamian has hidden. I was unable to do any wounds to the Wraith Knight. I did try and kill the jet bikes with this venom, firing to the 2 jet bikes holding objective 1, and I failed to do any damage there. Did turbo boost this within 3 inches, and these Cabalite warriors charged out of their raider with furious charge, putting the last hull point on the Warp Hunter. So I did get kill an enemy unit, but I don't think I'll be getting secure objective 1 this turn. So moving on to the next turn, the Eldar have now tied Maelstrom. So we'll see what happens at the end of this turn. Turn 5 could be the end of the game. Eldar turn 5. So he did kill the Cabalite warriors that were holding objective 2, but he charged into the racks, and he didn't kill as many as he thought. So there's 5 racks left in combat. They're fearless, and he did move Baharoth out to kill the Lamian because he had decided to kill 3 units. Now he did get his 3 kill units, which means that if the game goes on to turn 6, he will be winning Maelstrom. Now, of course, I right now have the lead on Maelstrom, so it's definitely because I just got 1 more point. So it's going to be a tight game. So we're moving on to turn 5 for the Dark Eldar. Let's see what we can concoct here at the end of, or the potential end of the game. Okay, Dark Eldar, turn 5. So I had to run these guys to contest the objective here. They ran but didn't run far enough. I have 2 racks left alive, holding up that entire unit, but the Eldar hold objective 2. I had to turbo boost a Venom back here to hold objective 2 over here, and the Hornet failed to do any damage to Baharoth, while over here on the back corner, killed 1 jet bike with shooting. It did not fail its leadership test, and then I charged in with the Cavalry Warriors. They failed to kill it. So now it's sitting there, but I do have, so I have Linebreaker right now. He has Linebreaker. Nobody has Warlord. He has First Blood. And it could finish now. So I'm going to let Tim roll since he is the guest on a 1 or 2. The game continues to turn 6. So that means that now he is in control of Maelstrom as he goes up to 9 Maelstrom points. And he is going to roll to see 9 Maelstrom points. Perfect. So he's got kill a unit, have a unit within the enemy deployment zone, and have 3 of your units. And
I'll do these.
yeah, so 3 and 5. Okay, on to turn 6. Okay, so end of turn 6. Wraith Knight killed everybody here, failed to do anything against the Hornet. They finally killed the last of the Racks, and Baharoth failed to kill the Venom that's back there. And I did kill this jet bike in close combat, securing me objective 1, which means I did get both my Maelstroms. So we are tied 9 points to 9 points for Maelstrom, going into turn 6 of the Dark Eldar. And it is kill a unit, and have 3 units in your opponent's zone and none of your enemies. So I'm going to go for 2 kill units. Because there's nothing I can really do there. If I put 3 wounds on this Wraith Knight, I get a point. Because these guys are fortuned and invisied, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything against them. And I do have Baharoth that I can try to do some damage against. Okay, let's see if the game goes on, or if this is the end. Okay, so, end of turn 6, was unable to do any wounds. Baharoth survived with 1 wound remaining, right behind there from the Hornet. I boosted this guy back here to try and draw these guys this way, and I boosted this guy here to try and draw him that way. So we shall see what happens here at the end on a, is it on a 4+, right? Yeah. So on a 4+, oh, game is over. And it is a tie for Maelstrom, so 9 points to 9 points, and it is a victory on...
But you didn't get any points this turn, but I got...
No, I got them last turn, you got them. You don't score them until the beginning of your turn, so the turn game ends, so we're 9 and 9 for Maelstrom. I do have objective 1 here. I do secure objective here with a subjective secured, and I secure objective here. So I do have primary crusade, and he does have Linebreaker and First Blood for 2, so that's 4 points in total, and I have 4 plus Linebreaker. 4, 6, 7, yeah, so 6, 7. So it is a 7 to 4 point victory for the Dark Eldar. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Make sure you check out the Tactical Corner where I talk about the different tactical nuances within the game. Check the links down below if you'd like to become a patron and get exclusive videos as well as some cool giveaways. Make sure you support and sign up to the Patreon page today. Join the growing community there. This is Skari, your great host. Tim, any last comments?
That Wraith Knight not dying when I needed it to was...
That was a pivotal turn. Yeah. I was able to take out the Warp Spiders, and that really kind of hemmed him into this corner here, having to deal with the Wraith Knight, but we will talk about that later. Let me know what you think. Would you have done anything differently? What did you think about the army lists, the mission, and do you even play the ITC? I'm curious. Let me know down below. Thanks a lot. This is Skari, your grateful host from the SkaredCast studio, signing off. Hello and welcome to another Tactical Corner. So, there's a big difference between general strategy and tactics. Now, the general strategy of this game was to keep my units alive long enough to then capture the objectives at the end of the game. Now, this general strategy did work out with the tactics that I used throughout the mission. At first and foremost, I was very lucky that my reserves did not come in all at once, which meant that his very powerful Seer Council was unable to really focus on the bulk of my army, and having to split up, I was then able to spend some of my units on one side of the board and some on the other side of the board to then diversify the amount of units that I had left alive. Now, it's important to remember, in a mission that doesn't have kill points, it doesn't really matter how many of your units die, as long as towards the end of the game you have enough units to throw onto objectives. I was very lucky that most of my units were objective secured, and with the last turn of the game I was able to jump on the objectives at the end of the game, and this ultimately gave me the victory. Now, what would you have done against a Seer Council? Have you ever faced one before? I'm curious. Let me know down below, and also check all the links, and thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time here on SkaredCast.